So let's go over the final source question. So the final source question is a reliability question. It's always worth 8 marks. It always gives you 3 sources, and you must work out, are they trustworthy or not trustworthy. So use CRAB, current, representative, author, bias. Current, is it up to date, the source? Under 3 years old, it's up to date. Over 3 years old is not up to date. But explain why that's not good. Or if it's under 3 years, why is that reliable? Sometimes SQA might be a bit sneaky and the source might not have a date at all. If there's no date, that makes it unreliable because you don't know where it's from, you don't know when it was produced, it might be outdated and not reflect current news and opinions on the topic. Representative. If it's done by a research company, a polling company, a survey, is it a large sample size? Over 1,000? Why is that good? Under 1,000? Why is that maybe unreliable? Does it contain a range of views or just one view? Who wrote the source? The author. Are they an expert? Are they a journalist? Is it a quality newspaper? Is it a polling company? Why can you trust them? On in contrast to that, is it a pressure group? That might give you a one-sided view. Is the source biased? So for example, a quality newspaper might show political bias and take a one-sided view. Who wrote the source? Like Vladimir Putin talking about the war in Ukraine, he will give you a one-sided viewpoint. Okay, so in the next few slides, I'll take you through the 2024 reliability question and show you how to do it. In this question, the most important thing, you've got to explain in detail, if it's up to date, why is that reliable? If it's written by a polling company who do surveys, why is that reliable? Okay, so here is source A and an example that would gain 2 marks. So I would say source A has 2 good points, so source A is very reliable. Number 1, it's got over 1,000 sample size, but you've got to explain why that's good. So the second sentence in the first paragraph unlocks the mark. Larger sample size, more range of views. Underneath that, it tells you it's done by Ipsos Mori, who are a professional polling company. You've got to explain why that makes it reliable. So they, on a daily basis, they carry out polling surveys. They employ researchers who are qualified. The information is fact-checked. So that would gain 2 marks. But the key thing about this question is you've always got to explain, if it's a large sample size, why is that reliable? If it's a professional polling company who do surveys, why is that reliable? That's the key thing about this question. Push yourself to add more. Here is source B. Source B has 1 positive and 1 negative reliability point. So source B is partially reliable. It tells you that it's a talk given by Sir Harry Burns, who was former Chief Medical Officer of Scotland. So he's an expert about health matters in Scotland. That makes it reliable. In contrast to that, source B was produced in 2014, over 10 years ago. Explain why that makes it less reliable. It's not up to date, it's not contemporary, and doesn't reflect current views on health. So this would gain 2 marks. So again, source C gives you 1 positive, 1 negative reliability point. So source C is partially reliable. It's a Guardian newspaper. It tells you that quite clearly. It's a quality newspaper, but you must explain why that's reliable. They employ expert journalists who research it in detail, the topic. Editors check all the work. That makes it reliable. But on the flip side, it does give you 2 bad things. The one I focused on is that newspapers like The Guardian might take a one-sided view and show bias towards Labour. But also, it tells you the source is adapted at the bottom. That's also a bad thing. So if it's adapted, it doesn't mention what's been changed, what's been taken out, what's been added. It doesn't make it clear how or what's been adapted, and that could also make it less reliable. So in total, this would gain 2 marks. So A, B, C sources, you've gained 6 marks in total. The final bit is a wee conclusion. So this conclusion is worth 2 marks. So wait till the bell finishes. So source A is the most reliable. Source A has 2 reliability points, that's good, but you must say why is source A better than source B. So basically, source A is more up to date, it's 6 years newer, and the second bit, source A gives you many viewpoints, but source C gives you a one-sided view. So this would gain 2 marks. So in total, 8 marks for this reliability question. I'm going to do one more reliability question, and I've given you for each source question 2 video examples.